So today we're going to be talking about a subject we haven't really spoken that much about, and that's Universal Studios, and well, actually really the whole Universal Resort in Orlando. We do usually focus on Disney, just because Disney's awesome. We do really like Universal, so we kind of want to go through today our top 5 Universal rides.
So we'll start off with number 5, and we've got Men in Black Alien Attack.
So I think most of my comparisons here will be to Disney, because obviously they're close and you usually do both. I personally prefer Men in Black Alien Attack to Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. I like that there isn't really a technique to win, or if there is, I don't know it, which is fine, I can't suck at it. And also, I really like Men in Black, like, it's quite nostalgic. When did the first one come out, like 99?
Oh, before that, surely,
Really?
I think.
Really?
I
Oh,
think.
God.
I don't know.
Anyway, we've grown up with the films, and I really love Will Smith. I think he's awesome, so that definitely adds to it.
Mechanically, it's a lot more fun than Buzz Lightyear just because the guns are free, so you can point at whatever you like. You're not as much tied to the direction that your vehicle is facing. I like that it's an animatronic-based course, and you can kind of see all the models that they've got out there, and everything's got a target on it, and there's loads of like hidden bits that you can shoot at that do stuff. I just really like it. I think it's a very well put together ride. The queue line as well is very well themed, and just really kind of sets the mood for the attraction really well.
And I like that if you shoot the other car, they spin. That's always really fun.
So that's our number 5. And moving on to number 4, we have The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man does whatever Spider. I really like this ride because it was before Universal took that idea and ran with it to the other side of the planet and then came back and then did it again and again and again and again with everything. It's the original version of the 3D animatronic / screen kind of attraction, and I think it's still the best. I mean, they've recently redone it and like upgraded it. It's like 4K now or something.
Yeah, it's a much higher resolution on the projection and on the sort of the visuals that they provide, and I believe they updid a few of the practical effects as well, just to be a bit more flashy.
And Stan Lee's in it now. And it's just really cool. It's a lot less serious than some of the other ones are. It's just really fun. I think that the fact that it's a cartoon, I think it translates a lot better into this than some of the other ones do. And it's just a classic, and I think it's a favourite for like the whole family. Apart from me, I get scared sometimes when they like throw the bits at you, but it's really fun. It's like definitely one of my favourite Island of Adventure attractions.
I think they also really integrated the moving vehicle with what's happening on display a lot better than in some of the others, where your cart will kind of react, but it's more like, oh, there's an explosion, so your cart's shaking, whereas this one kind of pitches forward and pitches back to give you the impression of things landing on you. It's a much more immersive experience than the other Universal 3D glass attractions.
Transformers.
which we are kind of sick of, but we're giving Spider-Man a pass, and it's making our list because it's a very enjoyable ride, and it was the first one, so it's, it gets a pass.
At number 3, now, as you will tell, I let Ash help with this list because my favourite is at number 3. So remember that.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah. The Revenge of the Mummy. Is it the Revenge of the... Yeah.
My favourite ride that I don't know the name
I
of.
just call it the Mummy. The Revenge of the Mummy. This ride is so good. It has fire. It has Imhotep, I think is his name. It has Brandon Fraser in it. It has
Brendan Fraser?
Brendan?
It has Brandon.
Brendan. It has Brendan Fraser in it. It has jokes. It has roller coaster bits. It has everything you could possibly want in a ride. It has a really creepy queue, and I will say I have fallen over twice in that queue because it's very dark.
It's very dark.
But it's my favourite. It's so good. Explain it without being biased like me and loving everything about it.
It's a very enjoyable ride. It's kind of like an Egyptian-themed roller coaster, but they do kind of a couple of the sort of theme park fake-outs in it where it's a lot of fun, actually. Like, the Mummy film is very old. It's kind of a bit dated, but it's a great movie, and I'm glad that the ride is very enjoyable. And the last few times we've been, the queues have been nothing for this ride. Like, the max I've seen it in the last couple of years has been half an hour or so, I think.
I mean, we haven't queued, but yeah.
No, so definitely worth doing. It's all inside, so there's a very cool queue and a very cool ride. And
super cool. Just one more thing. Do you know what I really like about it? And this is like throwing it way back. When you come out of the ride and you go down the exit where it kind of zigzags, I still remember when that used to be the King Kong ride and used to come down that zigzag and there used to be a photo op of King Kong and you can just sit in his hand and be like, It's weird that is what I remember, is the exit to the King Kong. I don't remember the King Kong ride, but I remember the exit. And whenever I walk down that bit now, it always reminds me of that, which I think is really cool. Unless I'm completely wrong and that wasn't where King Kong is, but I'm like pretty sure it was.
Okay, so at number 2, we've got Jurassic Park River Adventure.
I love Jurassic Park, and I love this ride.
It's a very good movie from both of our childhoods. We definitely enjoyed Jurassic Park. I think it's really, really awesome. And I think they put a lot of effort into this ride, and I really like it. There's animatronic dinosaurs, there's kind of pretty
water effects.
Decent story for a Universal ride, I would say.
I really like it. I always get wet when we go. Actually, the inside bit does really scare me. Like, I don't like being on the edge. And I'll tell you what, sometimes, and it depends when you go, it's better than others. It depends if the spoiler, T-Rex, is working. If he's not working and he's just like, it's not as fun.
rubbish.
But the last time we went, he came from the back and like came down at you, whereas previously he didn't, and I thought it was really, really cool. And you also get wet. But not as wet as some of the other rides, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think this is one of the few sort of water rides in Universal that's got like a good balance of how wet you get. Like, there's a bit of a splash, like it looks really impressive when the boats come down, but you don't get out and just drip for the rest of the day. Like, you've got a chance, you'll be alright.
Yeah. Some of them you just get a bucket of water thrown on you as soon as you get in, but yeah, you have this has a story. Some of the others don't necessarily have a story. And our number 1 spot, I think this is like quite an obvious choice, but I think people might think we would have picked the other one. But the one that we're picking is Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, the original Harry Potter attraction, which is in Islands of Adventure.
This is the one inside the castle where you get to walk around like the Hogwarts themed halls before you get on the ride, and then you get on the flying chairs and they kind of spin you around through a bunch of sets and a bunch of different scenes from the movies. This is a great ride. I think it's a really, really good ride. And it beats the other Harry Potter ride that they have for one very simple reason, which is...
Dragon?
No, that it's done with practical stuff and
yes!
it's not got the glasses.
Dragon. Oh, there's some... Sorry. Dragon? I suppose there's a dragon in the other one, isn't there? It's... Again, spoiler, if you haven't been on it. I mean, it has been open for like 1 billion years, so like, where have you been? You're on a mechanical arm and it like... moves you about, and there's like actual things that come at you, like Death Eaters and dragons and spiders, and there is screens, but they kind of just ease you into the story. Where I personally think that I honestly can't even remember Escape from Gringotts. That's how like meh I kind of found it. It was a good ride, but as we said before, it's just like another screen ride at Universal. Like, I liked Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey because I felt that it fit the films a lot more than the other one did. Like, I really liked walking through the castle, probably more than... Like, I liked how elaborate the bank was, but that didn't resonate as much with me as, like, seeing the sorting hat and seeing the characters in the room where they take the cloak off and seeing Professor Dumbledore. Is it Professor Dumbledore? He's not a professor, is he? Seeing Dumbledore. I think it's a better ride. I think it had a better story, and I think the way they do it with the ride vehicle is a lot better than Escape from Gringotts, and I just think it's awesome. Like, and when I first did it, when it first opened, it was really difficult to describe to people what it was. Yeah. It's a very, very unusual ride, and I think that Escape from Gringotts is kind of pulling on it slightly, but I think it's a weaker version of it, and that's why it's number 1. And I do really like Harry Potter, and I think that ride made a lot more people like Harry Potter, more so than the other one. Yeah, I think they did a really fantastic job, and you know, like we said, it kind of pulls from elements of all of the films and gives you kind of like a sense of the whole franchise as a whole, whereas the Gringotts bit's very focused on that one scene where they go to Gringotts and do that style of ride in it. I guess the other one they don't follow, but I just prefer, I think the Forbidden Journey is a lot more of an organic story than Gringotts is. And also they got a lot more of the actual actors to be in it, because I think they were still under contract. You're thrown by a non-Emma Watson playing Hermione and being like, she doesn't talk. They didn't get a good actor. Like, come on, at least pick an English person to play the role. But hey ho. And also this isn't taking away from like Diagon Alley. Diagon Alley is incredible, and I definitely think it's better than Hogsmeade. But we're just literally going on the rides here, and if you took the ride vehicle and the setup of from the point you get to the queue to the end of the ride, I think is what we're including here, not the theming around the attraction. So there we go. That's our top 5 things to do at Universal and Islands of Adventure. As with all our lists, it's just an opinion. We're not saying we're right, and if you like
Gringotts more, that's fine too. But these are just the ones that we like. So if you are in Universal, definitely make an effort to do some of these. They are all fantastic.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there are some terrible rides at Universal, but
these are the good ones.
These are the good ones. These are the ones that we would go on if we were there. So thank you for watching. Let us know if you do want us to do some more videos on Universal. Obviously, we don't touch on them as much because we tend to do Disney more. But if you do have any questions or anything you want us to go over about Universal, please do let us know, because again, we have been to Universal quite a few times. We just don't prefer it over Disney, which is kind of why we've been sort of more Disney focused. But once again, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.